Today, I'm talking about why do the world seem? I'm talking about how black men get drugged under the bus at every turn. Pay child support. Some bitch got a problem. Can't get a ride from no goddamn. Got a job. They still will find something. But when the mothers be fuck ups, bitches, females, women, they don't want to talk about it. I don't get that. How can the black family grow if daddy can be wrong, your boyfriend, your husband, uncle, nephew can be wrong, but these are all black people. And when it comes to the females that are fuck-ups, the family seems to sweep it under the rug. I'm gonna give you a good example. Okay, so when I was a kid, I used to ask other people in my family what was wrong with my crazy ass mama. I didn't say it like that. I just said, what's wrong with her? Nobody would tell me nothing. I said for maybe one of my aunties. I ain't gonna say her name, but she said she ain't got it. I had no idea what the fuck she didn't have. But now that I'm 53, I can see it clearly now. And it wasn't me. She was always right, and I was always wrong. My daddy was wrong. Her daddy was wrong. I don't think she had a good conversation with a black male that she was having, trying to go with or marry or be with or anything. She got to be right. You got to be wrong. And if you really get to tell her what ain't right, she'll go, wait a minute, but I'm the mother. You're still crazy, nigga. Can you imagine trying to come home from school? Ain't nobody to talk to. If she did talk, it'd sound like 3 or 4 cat calls and fighting and scratching and yowling and shit. But anyway, okay, I'm going to give you another example. I was talking, one of my childhood cousins from Kansas City used to stay on a block. She stayed on Euclid, Shepherd's. Talked to her. I tried to tell her how crazy my mama was. She said, oh, no. That's not sexy. And don't say this and don't feel like that. I don't know how many people had an unloving relationship with their mother. A void, empty, mean, dark, cold, fussy, bitchy. I don't know how many people had a relationship with their mother like that. There's no, we don't talk about nothing. She don't come by, she don't visit. So I don't have the same understanding how guys view mom and all that. I don't got it. She didn't give it. So I'm supposed to just understand? I'll tell you something. Okay, why do women get away with all that? If you that crazy, you don't need to be having no kids, first of all. So anyway, here's the big lie I found out. Okay. They would tell me that she didn't have it. She didn't have no love. She didn't know how to laugh. She can kick it and whatever. But that was a goddamn lie. To this day, my sibling can my sibling and her children can ride around with Mommy Dearest. Not me. Not my kid. I got a daughter 9, a son 4. She ain't never even seen him. Daughter 8 even tried to not want me to bring him way out there. If she did. I don't know nothing about it. Maybe baby mama and her mama, because women, they like when they know they fuck ups, they kind of group together so they can have 3-4 different fucked up shit to keep the man from telling them they math is fucked up. They don't like that. They don't like being told, bitch, you wrong. You wrong. To this day. If you can't be told when you wrong, you don't have no business being in nobody's face. You gotta be willing to be wrong sometimes. You can't be right all the fucking time. You can't just ride your half of your kids, grandkids around and not the other half. Just cause you didn't like the daddy. That's just shitty. I don't have no sympathy for her. She got 44 years sitting her crazy ass up in that AA hall. And I've been grown 30 years plus. She ain't gonna go get my kid and ride her around. So I understand she ain't got it, but I also understand she don't give a fuck. And she can't hide it no more. So now I done got to the point where I don't even want to be bothered with her. Because I don't know what's going to come out of her mouth. She don't know how. She think that having 44 years that she could just talk to people any old kind of way. Not this nigga, you can't. You ain't going to never talk to me any kind of way. Nigga. Yeah. You didn't want to raise me, nigga. You should have left me at Manetti's house. Because I didn't want to live there. Before we left 4318, I didn't want to be, I was done with you. I was done with you at 9. There ain't enough Christmases and clothes and food and none of that in the world that could take as many frowns and shitty comments as she made. She made a lot of fucked up statements to me. And I asked people in my family that done heard it. All kind of shit. But I'm going to tell you the most she can't even sit down and talk to me on the goddamn... We never even sat on the couch and had a conversation. I'm going to tell you another fucked up thing she did that she can't come to terms with because she got 44 years and she's a female. The females need to come off of that thinking that they always right all the time and what ain't sexy. It ain't sexy to be a shitty bitch. That's not sexy. You're going to lose a lot of friends trying to stand for what you believe in. But if they didn't walk in your pain and they don't understand, fuck them. Fuck them. So, I'm going to tell you something else this motherfucker used to say. The last time I want to talk about this. This is the fucked upness why women can be shitty when they get ready, and when men tearing their ass, then they go to crying and calling and sicking their brother. I'll break your fucking ass down. You ain't gonna lie to me and play with me because you got a cute and a slit. That don't got nothing to do with the reality of how you run your mouth. You can't run your mouth any kind of way, especially if you want some nigga to come lay up with you, goddamn man. You gotta have something else going for you other than a good fuck, you dumb motherfucker. I'm talking to the females that do some of that shit. They can fuck and talk and argue. They can't sit on the couch and have a decent conversation. Because they probably got a fucked up and I know two females, they had a fucked up daddy, and that's why they're both got the most control issue. Everything out their mouth is you shoulda, you shoulda, you shoulda, you shoulda. But you and you. They rather complain than get off their ass. So I tell people I don't have no mother. I got a biological mother. She born me, but she didn't mother me worth a fuck. Worth a fuck. Check this out. Most people have pictures of their mother in their house. Look, I'll show you. Ain't got no pictures. I don't want that. I don't want no pictures of Medusa in my house. I'm sorry. I'm religious. I'm anti-Medusa. So, one day in January, about a year ago, she brought her crazy ass out here. Wouldn't even come knock on the door. I had to go outside and meet her down at the 7-Eleven 2 blocks away. That's how dysfunctional and deranged she is towards me. For no other reason that she know I can see through her shittiness now, and I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear it. So she came and brought me $60 at the 7-Eleven up the street. I stay in Lake City, 145th. I don't give a fuck. Yeah, in the crazy building. I ain't to be fucked with. Even these motherfuckers, they won't fuck with me. But when you go through as much shit with a shitty mother, this is how you turn out. People don't like it when when folks say, when the woman is sweet and this. Now, all mothers ain't sweet. There's a lot of niggas out there don't know where they fucking mama is. But what the fuck is what you supposed to say? What are you supposed to say? Shit, I don't even want to be bothered with the motherfucker. Every time I think about it, my stomach start hurting. True story. I don't want to be bothered. You see her? That right there is Diana Ross. And she's one of the baddest queens ever walked across the stage. And she wasn't no whore. And she could act. And she could sing. That's a lot of talent. A lot of females, and this is another thing. Wait a minute. Okay, let me start over. I'm gonna lose track. I came and met her at the 7-Eleven. True story, a year ago. I probably had not seen her about 3-4 years before that, I think. Maybe 2 years, I don't know. I walked down there in the cold. I'm thinking to myself, Lord, I just don't know what to say to her anymore. I get in the car. True story. I get in the car, passenger side, front of 7-Eleven, and she peeled off 3 $20 bills, and before she retched them $20 bills, all of them 3 20s over to me, she looked at me with that Freddy Krueger face that she made, getting ready to make her piss and vinegar speech, like a junkyard dog that piss and bark and piss and bark. Yeah, she was just like that. And she said, you can keep a job, Richard. You can keep a job. Bitch didn't even know if I had a job or nothing. She called me up and asked me if I needed anything. I thought maybe she had grew a little bit. When I got in that car, I found out she ain't grew worth the fuck. I've gotten more laughter out of people on crack than I ever got out of her. Real life story. Real life story. When you have somebody in your first 20 years of your life fucking your mind up and not giving a fuck. So I got out that car. I went into 7-Eleven, got me a cup of coffee. And I came back outside, and then that crazy motherfucker was on the driver's side of the car dancing and hopping around. And I just looked at her. I don't even know what to say. This is a true story. My crazy mama. Dancing. Jumping around and shit. She seems to get a kick out of seeing if she can be shitty or see me squirm or sad because she's so mean and shitty. But it didn't bother me. I just know she's still the same shitty bitch. That's just how much pain she put me through. I don't have no pictures of that woman in my house. I don't want that woman to even give me. How somebody that don't... I don't want to be bothered. And if the world want to shit on me or say I'm less than, hey, I didn't ask for the crazy mother. I dealt with it for the first 20 years. I ain't got to deal with it now. I ain't gonna kiss her ass this time. She gonna kiss mine. You get tired of that kind of shit. I don't want every time you see me, there's something about $1 I owe. Fuck all that. I told her straight up one time, you a fuck up. I still gonna tell her. I might not see her no more because I can't deal with her mouth. I can't deal with nobody that don't want to be bothered with my kids, but want to be bothered with my siblings' kids. But send me a $5,000 bill, and then he and ha with my siblings' kids and my siblings. That's bullshit. So I feel like this. I'm 53. I don't know that bitch shit. She ain't even got enough nuts to come to my house. Let alone, I'm supposed to sit out here for 3-4 years just to wait till she show how old you. It's so crazy. People don't believe me. But do I look like I'm making it up? I gotta do this shit almost regularly just to keep my mind from fucking somebody up. Because I don't do fuck up people. She was a fuck up, shitty bitch ass of a mother. It took me my whole life. Don't nobody want to go to school every day and come back home for no motherfucker sounding like a goddamn cat calling, 3-4 cougars and wolves and shit howling in the goddamn night. I didn't get a moment's sleep. Not a moment's sleep. Not the first 20 hours, I couldn't get a moment's sleep. Oh, I got some stories that I went through with that motherfucker. At car accidents, falling out the car, getting run over by a trash truck, but I was so small that it just went right over me, and I didn't die. Car accident on 31st in Indiana, Kansas City, Missouri. I'm pulling the wipers and shit because it was raining. I don't know where the fuck we was coming from. The wipers was broke. And I'm pulling the wipers on one side and she pulling them back. I remember all this shit like it was yesterday. Had an accident. I flew through the fucking windshield. I don't know how I lived. Then when I fell out the car, this ain't even how I got this car. That's a whole nother story. This was before that. Anyway, I vaguely remember it. I remember being on the ground under that truck. It was wet. It was raining. I don't know how I didn't get ran over. I didn't get ran over. I was looking. I was like, I'm not finna let them tires hit me. Yeah, I've been through a lot of crazy shit with that motherfucker. So, females fuck up and need to start being honest and stop sitting up in AA when you know where happy kid. I never knew where that lady was at. You know what it's like to grow up around somebody you don't know where they're at 99% of the time, and when you do see them, they rushing you all around, making all kind of asshole comments and shit. I'm gonna talk about that motherfucker for the rest of my life. I hope I get on stage. She was like living that lady that Richard Pryor talked about, Miss Rudolph. She was like that. Every time I go to school, I didn't know if I was gonna be talking to the mean part, the loud part. Some days she would just look at me, just wouldn't even sit on it. If I had a question, I couldn't even ask a question. I got treated better than that in locked solitary confinement. Until this day, I just rather be by myself. I can't be around no people who gonna be fine and fall and picking and all that. My next episode, I'll be talking about baby mama drama and all the shit that that motherfucker there. Oh my God. Stay tuned.